Hi, I'm Jonathan McDonald from Potency.world, business, education, and social mobility transformation in one. And this is the interview. So if you are an IT company, a small business using an IT company, this is for you. I give you the amazing Hina Siddiqui. Hi, Hina. How are you doing?
Hi, Jonathan. I'm doing amazing after the launch of my latest book. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well. And I saw the post for it and I thought that's something that needs explaining. So what's the book called?
Okay, so the book is called Fast Cash Flow Fix. It's about making your IT business into a six-figure profit machine in just 12 weeks. I know that the promise is big. It's a bold claim.
Mm,
But this is how it works, right? You can either stay mediocre or you can play a big game. That's all.
mm.
So I'm all about playing a big game, and I do that in my own business and life all the time, where I'm making some fearless moves. I'm just thinking about an idea and just going all in it, and just reaching out to big media houses and stuff like this. So this is all about it. Like if you choose to stay mediocre, you will stay mediocre. If you choose to stay, go at a higher place, you will do that. So the
Absolutely.
book is all about it.
Okay, so the book is called Fast Cash Flow Fix, and this 12 weeks that you're talking about. So, IT companies, people who work for IT companies, and I suppose related type businesses like telephone VoIP things or hosting companies, that sort of thing as well, or what sort of IT?
Okay, so any small business can apply the principles and the structure and the framework that I'm talking about the book. But in fact, I work with IT companies which are more of software development and SaaS and
Yep.
uh, those kind of stuff. So this book is particularly for them. It's a
Okay.
story of Alex Carter, who's a 38-year-old CEO of an IT business,
Hmm.
and he's on the verge of giving up because lots of financial pressure. He's not able to make money. The team members are quitting slowly, so he's on the verge of giving up. So there he meets an unconventional coach, which is me, by the way, and and from there on, his business trajectory changes. So it's the promise is like, as I don't charge any upfront fee, I work on a 10% revenue sharing model. So he jumps into the offer because, of course, after certain doubts, because he doesn't have to pay anything, and he has everything to gain and nothing to lose. So this is the story of this guy who
Hmm.
makes it possible, where we walk him through, like I walk him through the entire steps and framework of how I coach. It's basically I'm giving the front seat to the people of how I coach and transform businesses.
Hmm. Now, it's always easier, I find, to look at someone else and spot the things that they're doing or not doing. And I think what you said about being mediocre or actually going for it is it divides the girls from the women, the men from the boys. So, is this something which, in your mind, works in conjunction with you coaching, or can a business buy the book off you and implement the strategies?
Okay, anybody who is reading the book can implement these strategies. They don't really need me if they can do the work on their own. And basically, the idea behind writing this book was that not everybody can afford the coaching. One point is that they don't want to share the profits and stuff. The second thing is that they are not. They think that they don't have time to do that, the work and stuff like this. Maybe they don't have time for the regular coaching sessions and stuff. So that's why the book is about, they can go ahead and buy the book. It's on Amazon, and they can read the book chapter by chapter. So I have written there like how do you get the most out of this book. And once they read the book, they can practice, they can apply the framework into their own business and see how this works.
Have you got a copy you can show the watchers, viewers? Have you got a copy of the book that I can see?
Right now I don't have, because the print is about to come on Friday. So it's available in Kindle for now, but on Friday it's going to be there in the print copy. I'm sorry, I can't show that right now.
That's fine. That's how exciting. So you're waiting for that to turn up then. All right. Well, look. So my question is this. We're talking about software as a service. We're talking about software developers. And I know, so there was a news article here in the UK that several game development companies were laying off staff because of, I don't know if it's financial pressure or an attempt to increase profits by laying off staff. What sectors are most open for growth? So software as a service is a very broad term. So what kind of software as a service do you really want to speak to?
Okay, so I think customized software solutions, people such as any small business that builds software, or they are letting their teams, they are letting people hire their teams,
right?
So that kind of stuff. But then the kind of structure we are talking about in the book is all about two kind of work. I say this one is physical work, and the other work is spiritual work. So it's spirituality, because I'm a deeply spiritual person, and I always work towards, pushing through my own boundaries. And spirituality does not mean that once we die and we get something out there. It's about how we overcome our limitations, how we upgrade our identity. So all these kind of spiritual things. For example, any negative emotions, like if you have jealousy in your business, right? That is the major emotion. You are so scared of your competition, or maybe you are so much in. You have that strong need of control, where you would like to control your team or micromanage your team. That is again a negative emotion. That is, that is the belief system that you have that need for control.
Yep.
So things like that actually affect businesses.
Yes.
So, yeah. So, and the other thing is the mindset, like money mindset. When I say, for example, one point at one place in my book, I'm talking about breaking the break-even mindset. So this is all about businesses start with, okay, I should get at least break-even, right? They start with that scarcity approach, but then you never started to make big profits. If that makes sense.
It does make sense, I suppose. So do you think that obviously it would work for any small business, software developers or software services. Do you think, if I'm a business to business or a business to consumer, from your perspective, who's going to be the easiest to help?
I would say everybody would be the easiest, because it's not about strategies. We're not talking about strategies. For example, one concept I'm talking about is the zero desperation marketing.
Which is?
Zero desperation marketing is that when people are so desperate about getting clients. So that creates the energy where your prospects can easily gauge that you are coming from that place of neediness, right? You want that deal quickly. So it's basically, you're not coming from that place of giving where you want to serve, where you want to give results, where you want to be with your clients until their challenges are resolved. So you just want to get another sales, you want to get another deal, you want to get another client. So this is basically that is the desperation that we show in our business. So anything, so for example, if you're desperate to get clients, no matter what kind of strategies you try to make work, but then people can easily sense that energy behind that marketing. So it should not come across as desperation. So no matter like what, for example, you're taking just few strategies and you're being really creative about your marketing, you're creating some strategies. But then the energy behind marketing is so important. So are you coming from the place of giving? Are you coming from the place of trust and believing that you would be able to help the clients? This is all about it. So I think that the book is based on more of mindset than actually strategies. So any kind of company can benefit from these mindset shifts, because we know that corporate world is just like lots of hustle culture, do and do some more hard work, tight deadlines.
Yeah.
Not about that. Businesses don't work because their leaders don't work on themselves, and they just keep on working on their business. So the energy doesn't change, the strategies can change. So again, that would not work, because you need to do some spiritual work, which is the kind of mindset work or some identity thing. So here also I would like to say one more thing, that identity upgrade. This is what I'm talking about in the book in detail. What is identity upgrade? For example, when I talk to people like my clients and prospects, I see that what you see yourself as. When I ask this question to them, they would say that a business owner trying to make it work.
Right.
So if your identity is see yourself struggling in your mind's eye, you can't even see yourself making millions in your business. How can you see those $1 million months, right? This is about identity. What kind of identity you have given to yourself?
Because it's very interesting. So a couple of things that are particularly interesting to me. I've just finished reading a book called Practical Consciousness, and it's very spiritual in terms of finding the inner quiet, the inner peace to be you. And what you're offering is a you upgrade. So, yes. I mean, I don't know if you get this, but I get probably 10 DMs a day that are just scroll after scroll after scroll of selling. And I'm like, if that's the first message you're sending me, mate, I'm not interested. So that is the desperation you speak of.
Yes. On LinkedIn, you see that lots of people are sending you just cold messages that, okay, follow my company page, or we are offering this, buy this. But then it's not about your product, it's about what are you trying to give, what your ideal client wants. So then last time we talked about this on your show, that ideal client. So we don't know anybody who has money to pay me, and anybody who needs IT services, that's my client. It doesn't work like that. No. You would not attract people. You would attract the kind of people who would always negotiate on your prices, who would always you might be getting people who are working on that desperation energy, which would not be definitely your ideal client, because they would not be giving you what you're worth.
Well, I haven't read the book obviously yet. You have sent me an advanced copy, so I'm going to look forward to reading it. But I think that there is this desperation because, as you say, people are working sort of day to day. They don't look at the bigger picture. And I'm wondering, so in the example, the guy that sort of is this chap's story in the book? Yes. So this guy, he thought, I'm not sure about that, but he eventually took you on. So here's something. I used to work for a web design company, and their website, I better put some context. I also used to work for Yellow Pages, the phone book directory, and companies are crazy about talking about their products and services and almost no interest in customer needs.
Yes.
Which is what you're talking about.
Yeah, absolutely.
How can that still be the case? If I know it and you know it, why don't other people know it?
feels like we have perhaps learned our lessons hard way, because I also don't come from that place where I was not desperate at one point in time. We are fortunate enough to learn those lessons and know about, like, because it's all about working on yourself. So
Mm.
if we don't work on ourselves, we never know like what will work. If we need to come from a giving place where we need to know first about our clients' needs. What
Mm.
exactly do they want? What are their challenges? Where are they? You know, uh, what are some of their attributes or characteristics? What's their name? So we
Yeah.
that entire the specific client avatar and the challenges, their goals, what keeps them up at night, what do they want to achieve, what's the personal life like, what are they struggling with in their personal life too, not just professional.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get a lot of perspective when you start thinking on those terms. And one tip is that if somebody wants to take it, is like your ideal customer needs to be like you, around your age group, around your interest, because it's easy to attract the kind of people as you are. So this is basically the best thing that works. But then when you're trying to trap everybody with just talking about your products and services, why should people be interested? And no matter, like no wonder that people are not interested in your business.
Yeah. Or I say it more often than I care to mention, but if you're trying to attract everybody, you attract
Yeah.
nobody.
Nobody, exactly.
Because
Right.
the specific client doesn't know why they should speak to you. But that then leads to an interesting question, maybe. Software as a service, I'm a qualified Chartered Institute of Marketing marketeer, blah, blah, blah. In the old days of marketing, it was about having the customer at the center of the business, and everything grew out of that. It seems that these days the word marketing means sale or selling. And so I'm wondering, from your experience, out of the last 10, let's say 10 software development companies, did people start creating the software based on their idea, or do people do proper market research?
Mhm.
What's
Yeah.
what's your experience?
Well, I think that people are, of course, there are marketing research and people do that. But when I'm talking about small IT companies, they don't have the kind of resources or money to conduct that research. So what they do is that what they think their clients need, they end up creating it.
Right. So it
Isn't it?
is led by themselves, not by the client.
Yeah, it's basically you need a lot of money and resources to conduct that market research and to come up with the ideas. So of course, big companies are doing it. In fact, mid-tier companies are also doing it. When we're talking about small companies, lots of them are not doing it. There's just
No.
that mere idea, and they just start with some reactive marketing where run some ad campaigns and go on social media and try to click some deals. Which it is not that. And marketing is not scary, I would say. A lot of people I talk to, and I say, what is your biggest challenge? They say marketing. So when they say marketing, it means that, of course, getting clients is a challenge, right?
Yeah.
In other words, they're saying the same. So marketing doesn't have to be scary. It's just like you fall in love with your offers, and you talk to people about them, talk to right people about them passionately. This is all marketing is. You
Yeah.
don't like to trap one more person to to buy your product or service. It's just that talk about your product and make it so irresistible for them that they can't say no. That is all
Before
creative.
before they start developing?
Yeah, I mean, it's just about people don't buy what you sell, they buy why you do what you do, right? So it's about why you do it, why you are into that business, what inspired you to come out of your corporate job or anything else to start doing it. So you and I'm sure you must have seen that lots of technical tech companies hide the CEOs and the IT leaders. They hide behind their brands. I don't see any face on the company. They're all some pictures of computers and technology or AI or something like that. They don't show their face. And when you say that, okay, but no, why do I need to show myself? It's just that people do business with people. They need to have some emotional connection with you first, right? Because, yeah.
So people, as you say, people by people. And what's interesting about what you just said about these, hiding away. So I didn't really set out to be doing this when the COVID pandemic hit, but personal branding is quite a buzzword at the moment. And so again, I'm interested because if that's been the case for the last 3 years, why are so many companies still doing the same thing? What's the main barrier to actually getting to where you can work with them?
It's about the mindset.
Right.
It's about feeling unworthy. It's about fear of rejection. It's like the moment you set a big goal. For example, your company is making $50,000 a month right now, and you set a goal of $1 million a month.
Yes.
The next moment, you would start feeling unworthy.
Right.
Right? You would be scared charging a premium price. You would think that, what if I lose my clients? What if somebody does not pay me? What if people don't? I just get scared away from my premium prices. So this is the unworthiness. So it works in all aspects of businesses, because they have fear of investing, because they have seen that kind of childhood where money was scarce and they don't want to spend. So if you have fear of spending, you would have fear of investing. So that's one thing. Yeah. And then it comes like when you feel unworthy. Right? You feel
unworthy of the money, or unworthy generally as a person?
Unworthy as like you are feeling unworthy of making that amount of money. You would feel that, okay, I don't deserve it.
Like imposter syndrome.
Yes, imposter syndrome. And you feel like a fraud, right? You feel, okay, if I charge this much, what if people don't pay me? What if my clients say no? So that is the fear of rejection. It's just about going fearless and talk about like, okay, this is my price. This is my price, and just talk about it freely and fearlessly. But this does not happen. So there are lots of negative emotions, driving these kind of people who are leaders. So when at the leadership level, they have all those negative emotions and beliefs, it's actually attracting the same kind of people in your organization, either their clients or the employees. So if you're an anxious person, you are going to attract the same kind of people as your client, as your employee. So again, this won't work in your business. The best thing that you can do ever in your business is to keep on working on your own fears, on negative beliefs, which is like anytime unworthiness or fears, a fear of rejection, fear of success, or some people would not like to succeed because they think that they might lose their freedom.
Right.
I was one by the way. I did not want to lose my freedom, and that's why I was actually subconsciously sabotaging myself and not getting clients, because I just did not want to serve my clients and be free instead, right? So basically, and once you are aware of all these facts and you start working on them, then your game changes and your business upgrades.
So I read an interesting book a few years ago, and obviously your book is probably building on this sort of thing. It was called Oversubscribed by a guy called Daniel Priestley. And he points out in the book that if you try and enter a niche in the market that's already well served, the best you can do is be a commodity where you are worried about price. And what I found time and time again, not with software companies necessarily, but generally with people, is a misunderstanding about price versus value. quick story. A connection of mine was a intimacy and love coach, and she was working in an economy which is low earning generally, and so she priced her coaching based on that, and it was X pounds or dollars per hour. And I said to her once, I said, you realise that if you are successful in coaching these couples, you could save a business, you could save a marriage, you could save a divorce, you could save children being not with their family, you could it could cost people's lives because they could become so stressed. So the value of what you do is potentially hundreds of thousands of dollars. And so if you charge $50, then the gap between what you're saying and what you're saying you can do, it just doesn't make sense. But the problem I have is this. It sounds to me like there are certain companies you wouldn't want to work with because of their existing mindset. Because if you're going to change it in 12 weeks, how do they need to be? Do they need to have gone through pain? Or is there a set of people that already are interested in?
Okay, so to surrender yourself to coaching and new ways of doing business. This is the first thing. Second thing, of course, we choose our clients because not everybody is coachable. So if you are so rigid in your own concepts that you don't want to change, just despite of like whatever struggles you are having, then it's not going to work with you, because it's about doing the work. And 80% is mindset and energy work, right? And it's not an easy thing. I'm not saying that the moment I will start coaching you and the next moment you would start getting some rosy results. How it happens is that it's very interesting, Jonathan, that the moment you set a big goal, for example, you are at $100,000 a month right now, and you would like to make it like $500 a month, for example. The moment you set that big goal, the next moment, universe will start sending you challenges, because the universe will try to make you the person who can achieve that goal. There's some reason that you're not there yet. So you first need to become that person who would be able, for example, a glass of water. For example, this is the glass, and a certain amount of water can be accommodated in this glass, right? But if I want more water, then I want to have a bigger glass.
Yeah.
The universe is always trying to stretch you to increase your capacity, to hold more money, to hold more wealth. So there are going to be challenges. But if you think that there will not be any challenges and everything would be rosy, and it's not going to happen. The only thing is that the challenges will be about showing you where you need to transform, where you need to change. Do you need to upgrade your identity? Do you need to work on your unworthiness, which is very common, by the way? And then what all other things are you and also there is lots of shame and guilt around money. Lots of shame and guilt around money. So if you think that if you have done things in the past that have caused you some kind of shame or guilt, and you're still carrying that energy is still there, making you feel like you're not worth it.
Okay. So one final question, and then anything you want to say at the end, you're free to say. My question to you is, if your coaching has no upfront fee, why would anyone not do that?
Because their subconscious mind would not like them to grow.
Right.
Your subconscious mind does not like unfamiliar stuff. It wants to keep you safe, right? Because more money means it's unfamiliar stuff. So you are trying to be the same 1 liter bottle and trying to attract 5 liter bottles. Worth of that. So it's about you need to change. You need to expand your container. And
Okay.
the subconscious mind would not like you to expand your vessel.
All right. So I'll do a close up at the end of the recording. But is there anything you'd like to say, staring right down the barrel of the camera, to a person that will be watching or listening to you now?
Because I would say that if you're an IT company, if you're a small IT company and you are struggling with your cash flow or your business, and you are working too hard and you're not seeing results in your bank account or in your life, then this is the book, because this is the cheapest way of getting everything that you can get, you need to have to transform your business.
Mhm.
And the business is actually about adding $100,000 to $250,000 in 3 to 6 months if you do the work.
Yes.
But then you need to be really fearless. You need to be ready for challenges, and you need to be ready and willing to expand yourself as the challenges come. So even otherwise you are struggling, right? So it's worth it. The journey is really worth it. So
It is.
Yeah, so the book is available on Amazon in Kindle version, and the print copy is coming on Friday. So go ahead.
You stole my thunder. I was going to say that at the end. Yes, on Kindle already and in print from Friday. Fast Cash Flow Fix. So I've known Hina for three years, and there are a lot of people that say they're coaches that just haven't gone through their own program or their own beliefs in the way that you talk about. And so if you're a business out there, buy the book for sure, but also speak to Hina directly. She's on LinkedIn. I'll put the notes to her website in the chat of this video. And I don't see how you can lose out if you only pay once you make the extra money. It's a no-winner. It's a no-brainer. So contact Hina today. Thank you very much for joining us. I will put the notes, as I say, in the video or on the video notes. And I think that's us done, isn't it? All right. Say goodbye.
Thank you, Jonathan, for having me. It was such a wonderful conversation, and I really thoroughly enjoyed it.
I always enjoy speaking to you too. All right then, buy the book and contact Hina. All right, thanks a lot, guys. See you on the next interview.